I'm Cheryl Warren and I'm an abstract painter, semi-abstract painter possibly, from Cambridge. All my life I've painted from when I was tiny, and I did a lot of career other things, but I eventually ended up going as training as a sculptor in Yorkshire. But on coming out of college, I didn't have any equipment to do sculpting, so I ended up painting and got really into colour and texture. So that's kind of led me to where I am now. This is an older one, I think. Yeah, so something like that. It's quite successful. I got quite into the drama with ink recently. Black is quite a challenging colour, but I quite like the excitement that comes with it. And then something like this, that's really successful. I'm so happy with that. If I could get that in a painting, I'd be so happy. I feel like if I could just take what I find in my sketchbooks onto a canvas or onto the finished piece is a really big challenge, because there's a gap, there's a gap. All these things come in about what it's going to look like, and people are going to look at it, and it's got to be right. So my constant challenge is to just get rid of those tightnesses. I suppose the works on paper and card, they happen quite quickly, much more quickly. That's where I'm working the whole time. It starts in my sketchbook, and I hope that I can take it to the finished piece. Unlike when I'm at home, I can't throw anything away. Like even these jars, I'll keep them. It's just the opposite as I am at home. That's strange. The bigger something gets, the more parts of your body are involved. So that it becomes more of a kinetic piece of art, because you have to move around it, you have to move a lot more, and your body, becomes a tool as well as just your brush and your pen. So it's definitely more of a challenge doing a big piece. My challenge is always to try and convey what's in a small piece into a big piece. Yeah, big challenge. My whole art process, and I sometimes feel like I'm getting there, sometimes feel like I'm not getting there, is about streamlining and sort of distilling and condensing and cutting out any information that doesn't need to be there, to convey everything that's happened in that moment. So the light, the colour, the movement, the temperature, the way I'm feeling, all of it sort of condensed into the work. Take videos, films and things. Like if you weren't here filming, I'd probably be making a little film so that I don't miss the noises and the movement. There's a lot of movement going on. Birds moving past, and obviously the river's moving, the trees are moving. There's a lot going on. I always try and get the birds as well. They make quite a lot of interesting lines in the sky. I mean, no day is the same. You can go to the same places every day at the same time, and it will be different every time. So there's no lack of sort of inspiring places, but there are places that are a little bit more wild and a little bit more exciting. I tend to go off-piste quite a bit. I go to Cornwall, I go to Yorkshire, I go to Scotland, Northumberland. Tend to just book a cottage, fill the boot with materials and take off, basically. This one is quite a recent piece, and this is definitely me trying to condense a time on the coast of Deal into my experience, the light, the shape, the air, I guess, and everything that was happening at that time, without putting stuff that doesn't need to be in it. Fairly successful, I'd say. I'm quite happy with it, but I think it probably could be even purer. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting there with that one. The paint I use is always oil. I don't use any other paints anymore. I used to, but I love oils, and they give me what I want in a paint, in that I want quite a deep sensation, quite a sort of intense reaction. And then I do use ink and graphite and charcoal and pencil, pastels, but they kind of have to be dictated to by the oil. The oils are the boss. Yeah. And I feel I've been successful if I look at the piece and it takes me exactly back to then and my feelings. And then when I put it on the wall, or actually in that process, I'm thinking about conveying that to others. But in the act of putting it on the wall and someone else looking at it, my relationship kind of finishes and their relationship with it begins. And then their relationship is obviously, they bring in their own data banks from their life. So a new relationship starts with them and the work, whether they like it or don't like it. My relationship's finished and theirs is starting. So it's kind of, it's a bit maybe like dominoes or something.
It's a good answer.